Good day, everyone. So we'll discuss about the reviews on Wittgenstein and some of his views. So this is for the compliance with our contemporary philosophy, Philo 8A. So Wittgenstein was one of the promoters of art and language, ethics, aesthetics, and believed that even changes take their place. Values and facts still the same in the sense that they are in between of the various things. Ideas and strategies develop and introduce relied with time. Humans cannot directly describe what changes are, but they take some phases they could study on and define a thing to the best they can thought. In behalf of many trials, intellect is not just for survival but also to restore the balance and order of the universe. Now, they pick up some pointers from different persons. So, Professor Sarkar in 2022 held the ground that things are changing, but facts aren't. Yet they are with one another. He supported that indeed world must be of facts instead of objects, as what Wittgenstein made known of one's principle. The meaning of things is that they are shown. The only thing to do for us humans is to find it and make a representation or whatever pictures that our could understand. Another one, McQuaid, since 2012, tries to say that people only uses in-betweens that can refer to materials or method of thoughts to understand what they met in the surroundings. Somehow, this is not enough to say humans through ages build their thinking in a stronger sense that thanks to the grounds and field discovered like evolution by pattern, artifacts, and spoken traditions of many. Also, one of them, for example, is of George Edward Morse, another philosopher, which is a friend of Ludwig Wittgenstein. Analogy effects. These body parts does exist, despite being seen or not. Although this might dare to undergo experiment or other modes of investigation, it remains hands, a pair of hands, and might exist as it live and ends at its time. Behalf of that, the is a fact that is still alive in terms of being restored in a sphere of ideas, which has its use undetermined and can be called after their actions taken. It then goes to say that a thing has its purpose and meaning. We only need to find it. The thing is already there. Let's borrow from the ancient traditions of philosophy the term aletheia, which means in Greek unhidden. It is revealing. It is already there. You just need to see it, describe it. No matter what you are blind, no matter what you can see, that's it. Those are facts, but they are not just objects like that. Somehow there are persons who both promote and question the, the ground of Ludwig Wittgenstein. Uh, we're not saying attacking, but they just want to clarify what really it is. So let's go to the counter arguments. There's still a problem in regards of medium use. Despite of attaining knowledge, things and changes are unpredicted. That's a nature. We do not know. We only interpret a bit of it, but not the whole. Just have a part, like in the science language, they use a sample like that. And a spectator only witness and do whatever response he or she can apply into an object, so this is pleasing to look. But that is very tricky. That's the reality. And that even if words are defined, they changes from person into another. So let us give credit to researcher Ginsburg in 2020 for this. For example, in the Filipino language, the term dalaga and binata, there are approaches like age, physical age, and marital status. Dalaga, dalaga na siya, binata na siya, is in the example, he's in the puberty. But in another, when it comes to another status or role, or what as the person as ang si tito, si tita, dalaga at binata pa rin. So they are still young, or in English, maiden and bachelor. So that belongs to the marital status. Like that. That words are very complex. Another one is there is a confusion whether philosophy is together with science or not. But the thing it can be said is that philosophy was separated from natural science in the sense of discipline or method, pardon me, method. Philosophy gathered thoughts with the use of imagination, majority of this field, while natural science feature experiment, like those you need apparatus, you need to go into that place, you need to ask question and experience, execute how a thing will respond to another, like that. What makes them the same is that as both products of human eagerness to understand nature, they can be prone to error, but at the same with certain options for the person. So this was taken from the excerpts of Buragen 2008. Last but not the least of these counter arguments is it. When it comes to explaining the happenings, there is no exact answer. There are only basis or ground instead to rely on, and within a round of generation, things are limited to their physical approach. This does not mean human activity and gathering of thoughts does not work. What is trying to say is that there are such misinterpretation on events that believed to bring hope for a generation, but these are further problems instead. We do not know what comes after, but we still strive or eager to question things. So for a mind not to be blinded by what it only sees, there is a need to question on things, measure them, and counter effects to a certain person or idea. Even language, a fruit of human conversation, needed to be analyzed since it varies meaning from places to other, like that what we said earlier, the term dalaga and binata in age, physical, and marital status. It is not clear to establish a claim in which that humans committed mistake in their speaking as reflection of one's character. So this is by Gopal Paul in 2020. It is important to remember that culture, values, and tongue link with one another because people are different. When it comes to practice, discipline, discipline, and development of skills, nothing is to be blamed. Again, nothing is to be blamed. There is just a so-called lack. Swear promptings. the promptings. We're going now in between. We're not just in for, we're not just in against. So let us say, of course, humans are fallible deceived by their merely senses. And this is not just enough. They need to know what they are doing and find the value of it. Value of it. Same as the metaphor used by the late philosopher Wittgenstein. Being a good teacher is not just on telling learners what they have to study. Besides, he or she must make them feel worthy of their own capacity to bring out their skills and confidently use this for such ultimate good. It is not a great idea to make them less, nor giving up too much for one's learning. So, may I credit for our great thinker, again, Mr. Wittgenstein, in this book, Culture and Values. The chapter and sections are indicated in this PowerPoint. You can take a look at it. So, these are the references, some of the excerpts. Okay, thank you. And once again, I greet you a happy day.